Hello everybody and welcome to the School of Languages, Cultures and Linguistics in UCD. My name is Ursula Fanning and I'm the Head of Graduate Studies in the school. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the experience of studying in SLCL, a little bit about how the school looks and feels and about what we have to offer you. So we are a multi-subject school with staff from more than 12 different countries, and we have an international graduate student cohort, some of whom you can see here on the right side of your screen. We have a vibrant and dynamic research culture, and we organise regular talks and events, national and international conferences. And our research culture obviously is made up of our staff and their research, our postgraduate students and their research, and also our postdoctoral students and their research. We have a fully refurbished premises with a very welcoming and modern atmosphere, and it's a lovely, light, bright and airy space. This is our seminar room, where most of our MA modules and talks take place, and it offers a comfortable learning environment, and it's well kitted out with brand new technologies. This is the SLCL school office, which is the administrative heart of the school. And it's open 5 days a week, and the school staff are there to help you with any queries or questions, including issues with module registration, any official letters that you might have to have written, for instance, for going to do research in archives. They'll help you with information in relation to timetables, with ethics applications, if you should need to do these for your particular research project, and with the process of final thesis submission as well, and how that's organised. And here we have some snaps of our SLCL graduate community. We do organise regular graduate get-togethers, and we have a series of very short talks and invited speaker slots as part of that. And it's also a space in which our graduate students get to speak to each other, to create their own sense of community and to speak about their research. We offer career building supports both within the school and outside of the school. We have plenty of graduate coffee moments, as you can see. And we organise an annual school in-house conference at which PhD candidates, but also MLit candidates and master's candidates, if they feel they're ready, are encouraged to present a short paper in front of a positive and constructive audience. So next you'll hear from the Programme Director of the MA in Modern Languages, Dr. Douglas Smith. Over to you, Douglas.
Hello and welcome. My name is Douglas Smith, and in the next 2 minutes, I want to talk you through some of the features of the MA in Modern Languages programme offered by the School of Languages, Cultures and Linguistics here at UCD. The areas I'd like to cover are the following. What is the MA in Modern Languages? Whom is the programme designed for? What does the programme offer prospective students? How is the programme structured? And what career opportunities does the programme open up for its graduates? The MA in Modern Languages is a taught master's programme that can be taken over 1 year full-time or over 2 years part-time. In terms of the National Framework of Qualifications, where a BA is a Level 8 qualification, the MA is designated as a Level 9 qualification. This means that in the job market, it offers successful students a competitive advantage over applicants who opt to conclude their university study at BA level. The MA is designed for candidates who have already completed a BA honours programme in 1 or 2 languages, attaining a final degree classification of 2-1 or a UCD grade point average of 3.08 or above. The MA offers such students an opportunity to extend and deepen their skills and knowledge in 1 or 2 languages from those on offer, including French, German, Italian and Spanish, subject to availability. The programme also allows students the flexibility to pursue their own intellectual interests within a structured context. It does this by combining taught courses with independent research on a dissertation topic of the student's own choice. What sort of skills and knowledge are we talking about? Well, the MA sets out to enhance critical thinking, intellectual flexibility, sensitivity to difference, linguistic and cultural, so an awareness of different ways of saying and doing things and how to negotiate between them, skills of information gathering, organization and analysis, skills of presentation and communication, both spoken and written, editing skills and project management skills. the latter two sets of skills, editing and project management, in relation to the successful writing and submission of a dissertation within the required time period. How is the programme structured? The MA is a 90-credit programme consisting of an MA dissertation, which is worth 30 credits, and 6 taught modules, which count for 10 credits each. Of the taught modules, 3 to 4 of these, 30 to 40 credits, will be in the student's chosen language area or areas, and a further 2 to 3 modules, 20 to 30 credits, in interdisciplinary or comparative studies. The taught modules are delivered over the first 2 trimesters of the year, autumn and spring, while the dissertation is completed over the summer for submission in August. To give you an idea of the kind of taught modules on offer, here is an indicative list. As you'll see, it covers a wide range of specialist and comparative or interdisciplinary areas across the languages. Last but not least, what kind of career opportunities does the programme open up? Graduates have gone on to work in a wide variety of sectors, including the institutions of the European Union, multinational companies, public administration, broadcasting and journalism, translation, academia, post-primary teaching, the civil service, and diplomacy. If the programme sounds interesting to you and you would like to know more, then please feel free to contact me, Douglas Smith, at the email address noted here. Many thanks for your attention.
Next, you can hear from the Programme Director of the MA in Linguistics and Applied Linguistics, Dr. Maura Ní-Chiasáin. Over to you, Maura.
Hello, my name is Maura Ní-Chiasáin and I am the Programme Coordinator of the MA in Linguistics and Applied Linguistics here at UCD. The MA is an ab initio MA, which means that we don't expect our students to have any prior background in linguistics. So we don't expect our students to have studied linguistics at BA level. The program is a 12-month, 3-trimester program, and the delivery is face-to-face and blended. So we also use, for example, Zoom to teach some elements of the program. The core classes on the program are delivered on Tuesday afternoons and all day on Wednesday. And you could expect to have 2 hours a week in class with an average of about 6 hours of study beyond that per module. We tend to have between about 7 and 15 students in each class in the core modules. So they would be the MA students exclusively. And then the option modules are delivered in larger class groups where you would find yourself in a class with other students who would not necessarily be MA students. The MA is structured across the 3 trimesters. In the first trimester, the core modules taught are syntax and sociolinguistics. We also have a research skills module in this trimester. We have another research skills semester in the second trimester, which follows up on the skills that have been developed in the first trimester and also prepares students for the third trimester modules, which are more intensive individual research modules or else internship modules. Also delivered in the second trimester are core modules of phonetics and phonology and also corpus linguistics. The third trimester is, as I said, it focuses on individual work. So either a thesis, an internship, or research papers. I'll return to this very shortly. The option modules then, you'd have 20 credits of option modules in addition to the core modules. And you can see that we have a wide range of offerings over the 2 trimesters. In terms of assessment, we use various types of assessments throughout the year. You might be writing short essays or research papers. There's a certain amount of group work, presentations, hands-on projects, and some exams as well. That would be the first 2 trimesters. In the third trimester, which we have structured so that it allows you to follow your own interests. You would either write an MA thesis, which you would develop, over the course of the second trimester and the third trimester, working with your supervisor. Alternatively, we have students who opt to do an internship during this third trimester or to write 3 research papers. So you can see that we have a variety of content modules, and also learning the research skills in particular focuses on the acquisition of a range of different skills which are transferable skills. The core teaching staff, you can see here we have our research areas indicated here, which range from sociolinguistics to phonetics and phonology, minority languages, corpus linguistics. So there's quite a range of research expertise here, all indicated here. And we have also a very strong support system behind us with the head of graduate studies and the structure that we have in place for the whole school. And we also have a graduate administrator to support students. All of our modules have a research element. And the idea here is to introduce students to different types of data, to data collection, to analysis, approaches to analysis. We also develop critical assessment skills of, to critically assess theories, and also develop skills in using research tools in different domains. These are all developed over the first 2 trimesters in order to ready the students for doing some individual work in the 3rd trimester. So you can see here that the students will search, for example, students who opt to do the MA short thesis, they will opt to focus on a research area of their choice with a supervisor whose specialization is in that area, and will use the choice or the skills developed during the first 2 trimesters to write a piece of research over that 3rd trimester. So you can see here that we have, we focus on developing academic skills. We have a wide range of modules available in both linguistics and in applied linguistics, and not just in the School of Languages, Cultures and Linguistics, but also in allied areas, in allied schools. We have specialized teaching staff, so all of our modules are taught by experts in their fields. The staff are accessible both in person and using email, and we tend to have lots of chats in hallways or in the school kitchen. We also have a very vibrant graduate community in our school with a wide range of activities that are provided across the whole academic year. So any inquiries you might have, I'm very happy to answer all your inquiries. So my email address is there. Alternatively, you should visit the school website, and you can see that we also have social media presence there. So whatever your favorite way of communicating is, we look forward to hearing from you.
And now we'll hear from the course director of the Graduate Diploma in Localization, Dr. Sandrine Peraldi.
Hello, so indeed my name is Sandrine Peraldi, and I am going to be presenting the Graduate Diploma in Localization today. So this diploma is actually a level 8 full-time skills conversion program, which is basically aimed at students with a primary degree in any discipline, students who obviously wish to gain a postgraduate qualification in localization. So in other words, the program was designed to help future graduates acquire 3 very specific sets skills. First of all, intercultural and social linguistic skills, which is basically what is going to bring you the cultural expertise. We also have technological skills such as mastering localization tools, computer-assisted tools, machine translation, subtitling, etc. And finally, we will also help you foster what we call project management skills, such as team leadership, knowing how to do a budget, or basically how to deal with customers' relationship, basically. All of this with one specific purpose, which is basically know how to successfully adapt IT content, digital content, or products basically such as video games, software, to any national or regional audience. Now, why do we talk about and why do we focus on localization? So as you might already know, localization is an essential high growth and high value market. Indeed, there is an increasing need to adapt and to disseminate what we call complex multilingual content developed by sometimes famous software and big tech companies, which, as you may know already, are loads of them are based in Ireland and more specifically in Dublin. However, whilst localization is indeed considered as a crucial and a very fast developing industry, it is also known to encounter many difficulties in sourcing suitably qualified and experienced candidates. Just to give you an example, I was looking at a famous job research engine a few days ago, and there's currently 115 active ads in localization. So, of course, our purpose is to give visibility to this, but also basically to help our future graduates learn basically about the broad area of localization, learn about the various roles and profiles that you may basically have to take on when you're going to be working there. Students very often, to be honest, have very little knowledge of how localization companies work, about the specificities of this specific industry. And so we think it's absolutely crucial for us to help you understand those specificities, the various profiles, but also help you build an efficient network with potential job providers. Now, for whom is the program designed? Well, basically, you should consider that localization is a very exciting, but also a very fast-paced industry. Therefore, we consider that the program is well suited to people with specific skills who are ready, of course, to foster and develop the following skills. So, of course, good communication skills. You will need excellent language skills in at least one language beyond your native language. We are talking here about a C1 level, basically. You need to have a strong appetite, of course, for multilingual and intercultural communications, interactions, basically. You should not be afraid to develop good technical and IT skills. This is absolutely vital. And as in many other professions, to be honest, you also need to have to develop critical thinking and independent learning skills as well. So now we're going to be looking a little bit at the structure of the graduate diploma. So as I mentioned earlier, the diploma, the program was developed to focus on the roles, on the profiles available in localization, but also in the translation industry, and all the three sets of skills that I already mentioned. So to be able to do this, you're going to be doing a module in social linguistics, in intercultural communication, but also in translation, so that precisely you develop that cultural expertise and this flexibility that you need to be able to adapt specific products to a diversity of cultures. You're also going to be doing corpus linguistics, translation, but from a tool perspective again, and digital storytelling, so that you can boost your IT skills, but also so that you can learn, you know how to develop a specific narrative when you're working in a digital environment. And finally, of course, we've got localization specific modules where you're going to learn how to use very specific tools in localization and basically tackle very specific processes as well. It should be also mentioned, and I think this is an extremely important information, is that during trimester 3, study, students have to undertake work placements, at least 8 weeks internships, basically, so that they can learn how to apply and how to enhance the skills that were acquired in the course of trimester 1 and 2, and of course to gain professional experience in a given localization environment. We have already well-established connections with leading localization companies such as We Localize, Lionbridge, Braham, so that we can help you secure an internship. And finally, on top of these modules, students will also attend specific job readiness seminars and workshops, which are actually delivered by UCD Careers, with a very specific focus on CV presentation, the development of e-profiles on relevant platforms such as LinkedIn, for example, project planning, and so on. So now we're going to have a look a little bit on how you're going to be learning. So the graduate diploma, as we call it, basically provides a theoretically rich and a hands-on learning environment with a diversity of delivery modes, as you can see on the screen, lectures, group and individual work, hands-on activities, peer discussion, presentations, and of course a diversity of activities ranging from practical sessions, project-based activities, or for example, inquiry-based learning activities. You should know that the modules are designed and delivered both by leading academics coming from our school, and also by experienced localization professionals to facilitate the transition of language, but also non-language graduates, basically to the complex needs of the Localization Center. I would also like to mention that we have guest speakers from the localization industry, for example, people coming from the EU ATC, which is a big localization professional organization, from Google, from Women in Localization, and they are invited on a monthly basis, basically. You should also know that the program assessment is done within individual modules, and assessment will vary, of course, from one module to another. The modules are delivered face-to-face and online. We also use a wide range of blended resources and a very specific virtual learning environment, which is actually Brightspace, to support your learning. Finally, the timetable has been developed so that the majority of lectures will take place over the course of 2 days, allowing people to seek for employment or do some part-time work, which we know is absolutely essential. Okay, now, are there any prerequisites? Well, yes, you do need an undergraduate degree, basically, or the equivalent professional qualification, and you will need to provide the official transcripts of this degree to demonstrate that you have a minimum of an honors degree, basically, in any discipline, as I mentioned already. And of course, the applicants must demonstrate a very high language competence, C1 or even ideally C2 level in 2 languages, either by showing that you have completed a tertiary degree, basically in the languages mentioned, or by supplying results from internationally recognized proficiency tests. We accept, of course, derogation for minority languages with specific tests, but we will assess this on a case-by-case basis. Now, finally, how can you apply? Well, basically, you will need to submit an up-to-date CV, a letter of motivation as well, 2 academic references, of course, the confirmation of your linguistic competence. You might have to do a few face-to-face or online interviews, and you will be more specifically assessed on your communication skills, on your appetite for IT skills, and for your ability or your willingness, at least, to work in a fast-paced environment. Finally, just to mention, there might be a potential funding coming from the Springboard program. We just basically apply to get that funding. So there might be a possibility for people who are interested in upskilling basically their competences. So please, in all cases, feel free to contact me at the following email address, and I will be absolutely delighted to give you more information about the program or about the Springboard funding possibilities. Thank you very much.
And finally, just some areas where you can find out more information about everything we have to offer you. Do check out the SLCL website, the SLCL media portal, our research profiles of staff and staff research areas, information about our graduate community, more information about the school office. And clearly we have an online presence on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Instagram as well, so do check us out there. Do pop along now to our online booth with any questions you might have, and we'll be very happy to answer those. And we're certainly looking forward to seeing you both there and next year in UCD doing postgraduate research. Thank you. Goodbye.